Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and in a not so hidden corner of the Italian coast, at the same geographical latitude as Canada, there is a place called Conca di Africa, or the Basin of Africa. Here this little area of just 1 or 2 square kilometers, or maybe 1 square mile. Why is it called the Basin of Africa? Well, because here in the far north basically, there is a small area with a climate quite similar to Africa. Basically all of Liguria in Italy is a subtropical South Italian area which extends into northern Italy. The Riviera, the coastline of Liguria, is of course the mildest area. The Riviera di Ponente, or the West Riviera, is the mildest part of this. And a small stretch of coast, maybe 50-60 kilometers long, stretching from the area of Sanremo in Italy all the way to the city of Nice in France, and also encompassing the whole territory of Monaco, is basically subtropical. Because here, as you can see, the hills, the foothills of the Alps, they come close to the Mediterranean. They protect from the cold northerly winds, while the water of the Mediterranean keeps the area cool in summer and mild in winter. Right now we are the end of June. Tomorrow will be the 1st of July, or the day after tomorrow. Most of the days don't get over 25 degrees. But in winter it almost never gets under 10 degrees. We are talking about normal degrees, not freedom units. Well, here this little garden, on the first side is nothing special. There are hundreds of raspberries in pots, not necessarily a subtropical fruit. And here they are grown in pots, not because of climatic reasons, but because they prefer more sour soil. Behind them, goji berries, beans, kiwis, grapevines and loquats, quite typical for the Mediterranean area. An old apricot tree, but there, a bunch of quite small banana plants. Those are Orinoco or Topocho bananas, and those are so small because they are exposed and they are on a windy place, and they probably don't get so much water. The big tree in the background is an olive, in front of it is a mandarin, but hidden behind those fox grapes is actually a chirimoya tree. However, this video is not about this garden. I just did it for an introduction because of the nice view from here. We actually came here to film the incredible, it's basically a commercial tropical fruit tree enterprise in those greenhouses over there. But fortunately we got lost, walked quite far up with our heavy luggage in the afternoon, and found another collection, interesting in a very different way. Here we are at the holiday home, which is being rented by Piercarlo Griotti, a nice older gentleman who has, quite a nice collection of rare plants. Part of it is a bit overgrown, but we'll try to find whatever we can. Starting out with some cacti here. Even the cacti are suffering because the last couple years were very dry. This year was okay. They say the last months there was like 4 times the normal amount of rain, and still it looks very dry. Imagine 2 years where they say there was almost no rain. Let's see if I manage to find everything. This is tagetes. This should be, I think, plumeria. Here we have a myrtle. This is even native to the area. Beautiful lilies. And Hedychium coronarium andamane. This is this big Singebereishi here. Here, a Washingtonia. Looks like Robusta, but I'm not sure. Some old grapes which probably survived the introduction of American phylloxera and stuff. A couple agave varieties. Barbary figs, they are an important fruit tree in coastal areas of the Mediterranean. Here a big strelitzia, a thickberry, a jacaranda. Okay, those things didn't make it. More grapes and Washingtonia. I think he has put up some labels also for his guests to enjoy the plants. But he told us sincerely that he really does not have the time to care for his collection. Washingtonia filibusta. I'm not familiar with this species. Did he mean robusta, or is there a species called filibusta? I'm not sure. Here a couple citruses where the grafts have died off. Or actually, might this be? No, this is not a part of the graft. But the rootstock has emerged victorious. The rootstock with the big spines. A lot of things growing in those bags and containers. However, the big problem is, when it gets dry, you have to water a lot for stuff which is in such elevated containers. Here a little mango. We're gonna see bigger ones. Remember, this is the Conca di Africa. Did I say it correct? Conca d'Africa. Oh, this is a piece of Africa at the same geographical latitude as Canada. Well, talking about Africa, the big num-num, a tasty fruit with white sap, a red fruit with white sap, really yummy. More Singiberaceae and Amaryllis. More Washingtonias. You sometimes have to search for the things. I even forgot, egg fruit. He had an egg fruit here. He has a couple different Kurajong or Brachychiton. Oh, a couple Tridatura. And here we have another African thing, the African banana. Enzete ventricosum maurelii, I would say. A banana which is incredible at tolerating drought. Bananas are basically the biggest water guzzlers of agriculture, but this one can tolerate many months of drought. A mature plant has a tuber the size of a big fat pig, and even if the rest of the plant dies, this tuber can survive long droughts. Another big num-num, but no big num-num fruits. A nice beautiful watering hole. Not sure what this citrus is. Stay away from the toxic oleander. Here, plums. Until 150 years ago, the agriculture of this area was a lot more European despite the warm climate. Only since the late 19th and early 20th century did the exotic things get introduced en masse. Here, feral plums. Those are probably those yellow plums they have around here. Oh, I forgot the name of this one. But look at those spines. You should be able to tell me the name. It's quite a famous ornamental. Bay leaf is actually native to this area. Bay leaf tree is an important tree in the native forests here. The giant Spanish reed is native to the Mediterranean but incredibly invasive. They tried to remove it here with a lot of force, but it didn't work. Different agaves. This should be Americana marginata. A medium-sized specimen. They can get much bigger than this. This should be agave ferox or something. Look at that. The leaves are fringed with spines the size and shape of shark teeth. Oh, a nice queen palm. This is one of the tastiest palm fruits that we got here. This avocado is not looking so good, but he has better ones. Oh yes, sphinxes, of course, they're also very African. What was this here? He taught us the name. Something with Imperiale? Well, beautiful shrub with not really woody stems. Here, a phoenix palm, at least, no, this is no phoenix palm. Could this be no, this is rather is this a Chilean vine palm? Could be a Chilean vine palm. Here a vine from Kenya, flowering vine. Here's some citrus and on top of it a cherry. Here's some spineless blackberry. Monstera deliciosa. Also delicious, monstrous hibiscus flowers. A rare Australian Kurajong. I think this is Brachychiton opulifolius. or was it populifolios? Opulifolios. In the background, kakis. Here a bunch of topocho bananas. However, he would have to remove all the other plants around the topocho bananas and water them 10 times more, then they would produce really tasty bananas here in this area. Another tiny mango in this structure, a chirimoya tree. The only big commercial chirimoya growing areas in Europe are in southern Spain on the Costa Tropical. Many hundreds of kilometers south of here. It's a miracle those things here grow in the foothills of the Alps and produce tasty fruits. Oh, wait. Here is a little mango and the fig where he complained that the workers have eaten all of them. This is what did he say? An Egyptian or Indian fig, which is mostly used for dried figs, not for fresh consumption, but the workers ate them fresh. Here a nice avocado. A different fig variety, a little bit too close between the avocado and the other fig. And here a mango, just growing nice fruits. Yeah, here you can actually cultivate outdoors mangoes without too much work. The same geographical latitude as southern Canada or as cities like basically Chicago or Detroit. Here a pear tree and a pomegranate, only recognizable by the one red flower. A hazelnut. The Italians are big hazelnut producers. Oops. Oh, he's back, saying hello to us. Same guy? Yeah. Hi. Yeah, we met him by accident like an hour ago, and then he went away. Now he's back. Oh, we also went away, and then we came back, and he came back. We'll say hello to him. But yeah, hazelnuts. Actually, this seems to be not even the native Corylus avellana. This is Corylus colurna from the Balkans and from Anatolia. But Italians are great hazelnut cultivators. When sanctions don't work, folks. When in World War II sanctions were put on Nazi Italy and they couldn't import chocolate anymore, they invented Nutella. It tastes like chocolate, but it's made from hazelnuts. And Liguria is one of the areas with a good hazelnut production. Here in the background, those bushes are Retama monosperma, an ornamental, a nice fabaceae with whitish pinkish flowers. And here at the Riviera dei Fiori, the Riviera of Flowers, for over 100 years an important area of flower production. When you buy flowers in the flower shop in winter, in Europe often they come from here. And this Retama, in very early spring I think, has nice giant bunches of whitish flowers. That's why it's being grown here, and that's why it's being pruned. It's not being pruned to assume that shape, but it's being pruned because of the flowering branches have been chopped off. The terrace has amazing views all the way to the promontory. Over there is the famous Hanbury Botanic Gardens, basically situated at the most subtropical place in all of northern Italy on this promontory here at the Conca di Africa. Here another large num-num. My beautiful assistant just ate them also that I couldn't film them. Okay, you will have to believe me that it's a nice fruit. Here he has a plumeria collection. Plumerias are wonderful ornamentals and quite rare around here. And he has not just one, he has a collection, a sizable collection. Let's see what else we have here. It's beautiful and it's such a lush little corner. This has been gained by a lot of work and a lot of watering here on the dry slopes. We've had, as I said, a couple years of bad drought. Here the little avocados are growing. I don't know, I guess if it's not a very late variety, most of those were not pollinated. Avocados have a big pollination issue around here, I don't know why. We found one normal size avocado in the nearby Hanbury Botanic Gardens over there. But even the other avocados in Hanbury were tiny like the ones over there. Here he has, what was the name of this pelargonium? It has the softest leaves of any pelargonium I've ever touched. And it smells like mint, like spearmint or chocolate mint. And here is, I think, Melissa officinalis. This smells like lemon. Wonderful. Oh, here an old mastix tree. This is a pistachio which doesn't produce edible fruits, but it produces sap, which you can masticate. That's where the word masticate comes from, and that's where the chewing gum basically comes from. Let's see, down there were a couple interesting things. Here he has passiflora, and I think this is the giant quadrangularis. They are the size of melons, and he says that here actually he gets fruits. Here I see just a little flower bud. A nice datura collection, a lot more flowering vines. Down there are a couple more rare fruits. Here is the egg fruit, Puteria campesiana. Coincidentally, I have one with me, which I got from the other collection. Yes, stay tuned for the other collection fruit, for the other collection folks. The other guys producing and selling commercial mangoes outdoors, and chirimoyas and longans at the same geographic latitude as southern Canada. Here, this is an egg fruit, and he, by the way, also gave us a big papaya. So this is the fruit of this rare tree here. Here we have the loquat, got introduced quite recently from East Asia, and it has conquered the whole Mediterranean within less than 100 years, I would say. Now loquat is a popular fruit tree around here. The season is almost over, but there are just a couple of the orange fruits there. And probably last, but definitely not least, Monstera deliciosa, the delicious monster fruit, one of the tastiest fruits in the world. But if you don't know how to eat it, it's very dangerous. So folks, this was this small collection here in the Conca de Africa, in this little pocket of subtropical climate and frost-free, 99% frost-free temperatures here at the same geographical latitude as southern Canada. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos, some with a lot more fruits. This one did not have a lot of really fruits. Some with a lot more fruits from the beautiful subtropical Italian Riviera. If you want to receive more such content, it's not enough to subscribe to my channel, because YouTube doesn't even recommend my videos to subscribers anymore. Better press the little bell icon, then you can receive notifications every time I upload.